Hello, this is Wendy Ormsby with her presentation for Anthropology 302. I am doing my presentation on Christianity in Africa. And here is a nice picture of Africa. I thought that was a really nice picture to put on the PowerPoint. And it also states, in traditional African religion, there was no written document, so it was a very oral tradition. Also, I have their ancestors are the supernatural beings that go between them and a supreme God. Also, their ancestors interfere with their daily lives, and also it's not just their ancestor, but everything in nature has a supernatural. One interesting fact is that the issues that Christianity claims to want to spread, where it be life after death or a monotheistic God, the Africans are. Now here is a very interesting map that shows the different areas of Africa that have been attempted to be colonized or were colonized. As you can see from the map on the previous page, there are many different cultures that tried to find their own way with Africa. By the 17th century, the Dutch took over in place of the Portuguese. Now, it's really easy to find information about different cultures now, especially with the internet, and especially if you go to government sites. So, the main person I used for this project was John Thornton, who did a lot of research on Christianity and the Congo. And as the first quote states, that the Roman Catholic, a very nice quote from Thornton is that Congo Christianity was accepted not as a new religion, but as a syncretic cult, fully in keeping. Now, one thing that may be confusing about what I am talking about is, yes, they were still being assimilated and sold into slavery, because the Congo culture really morphed Christianity with their traditional religions by the 20th century. Since the Congo did accept the missionaries and the priests and were accepted by Rome as being Catholic, they were able to ward off the Portuguese invasion. And because of this, this new syncretic Catholic, the missionaries did not try to stop synchronism. They let the Congolese accept the religion on their own beliefs. They were not trying to root out paganism, but instead trying to root out superstition. The priests and missionaries were the ones who controlled and performed different activities in religions, such as baptisms, births, but also handing out charms, was Congo's interpreted as their own style because they also used charms. Also, the priests and missionaries tried to eradicate witchcraft. They wanted to be Nanga, which is someone who would do that in Congo before. Polygamy is also another aspect of Congolese life that the missionaries and priests tried. The control of the church varied widely depending on which century you look at. When the Portuguese were trying to control the Congo, they did have very strong control. However, it did slowly turn down until the 19th century. By the 19th century, travelers crossed the Congo and heard the rural people imploring to have their children baptized, and saw the crosses, ancient catechisms, and other religious paraphernalia. But, as they saw it, Congo's Christianity was simply fetishism, and if they felt that Congo had once been Christian, it could no longer be called as such. That last quote was in conclusion that John Thornton had put into his article in the journal. I also, for the next 2 pages, I have my notes on who I used when in the essay, and at the final page I have my works cited. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope you all have a good day.